Right, welcome back to NZ Marko Outlaw Kustoms again. So I'm still working on this stuff. So I ended the last video with me sanding again. So I think I'm gonna have to try and find a nice fine file and try and file these to get rid of. I hope you can sort of see in these. There's like some fine scratches which are just a bit deeper than what the 80 grit can get rid of doing it by hand. I might have hit them again a couple of times with the DA and just see if I can get these fine scratches out, and then like hand sand them again with 80 grit. But it doesn't last very long. It cuts the grit off these pretty quick, just filing straight out steel or sanding steel. But once I can get past that, I'll be right. That's the big thing. It's just get these little, see this, the heavy scratches in from filing and whatever else, and other things. So I need to get that gone. Well, mostly. And I might have another go at, there's a couple of marks in this still that I'm going to have another go at with the MIG, and then just do a little bit more work on. But if I can get rid of those heavier marks, it will be right, and then I can rip through the grades of paper, even if I have to sand them with 2 or 3 sheets through the whole lot in one grade, and then jump down, if you know what I mean. So I can get them really cleaned up and dialed in, which is pretty much what I'm going to be doing today. I'm not going to be doing much else than that, I don't think, because I want to get these finished. The piece of plan. Well, this one here, with it running through the buffer, it doesn't actually look that bad, but it's still, you can still see in places those heavier marks, which just, I'd like to get them past that situation, if you know what I mean. Just so when they go to do the copper work, they're not having to work quite so hard to get them cleaned up. But anyway, I'm going to carry on sanding and see if I can hunt through my files and just find the finest one and try and file them off and see if we can get them better than what they are now. Righty, so just a wee update on, I can't remember if I've shown this before. This is a piece off the dash that actually holds the steering column in place. It goes through the panel that I wood grained through a timber backing, and then the clamp for the steering column comes down off it. This is basically used as but it was broken. It was all being broken away. So we took it into one of the shops in town that with some 3D scanning gear, and they made us a new one. So that was $150 to get obviously 3D scanned and then machined, which I think is pretty reasonable for a one-off piece. So I'm gonna put the door handle back together the best I can, and we're going to see if they can make them and make the pieces for the obviously for the little trim piece and all the rest of it, and maybe see if they can 3D scan the whole thing in one hit and machine it out. It's worth a try. They can only say no. With whether they can, what they can make it out of, whether they make it of steel or aluminium or what, probably steel would be the best, but yeah. We'll see if they can make it in bits and just see if it's $300 or $400. It's probably going to cost us probably $300 or $400 with shipping to get door handles from the States, new ones. And just Arco seems to be so busy with doing everything else. Like when he would find these other door handles, who fucking knows? He's just so busy. I know he's been doing this motorbike swap meet thing for the last few days, and you know, it's 2.5 hours back and 2.5 hours there each day, and bits and pieces, and then I know that they're coming back and getting organised, and then they're driving all the way to Ironhead. They'll probably be there by the time this video comes out, maybe, or on their way. But yeah, so there's they got so many things going on. Like it could be frickin' a few months before he really gets a chance to have a decent bloody look, or a few weeks anyway. So I think it's worth pursuing, and we'll see if we can get some door handles made. Yeah, because we've got that one there, I can put it back together, dial pretty it up, put it all back together, even if it's non-functional, and yeah, if they can scan it and make it out of a couple of pieces, yeah, why not? It's worth a shot. So, and it's easy enough to mask off the outside of it and spray the centre of the door handle black, like they were. You know, that's what they were. So, yeah, why not? We'll see how we get on. Righty, we'll get this door handle back together. You know, it's only going to be a pattern now, so just going to make it put it together reasonably well. So I got that all back together. So yeah, we're going to try and see if we can get them 3D scan and see if they can maybe make it, and probably the handle and the shaft, and then make this little piece separately, obviously, and so we can get a spring or something like that. So they might better just machine a piece out in the middle so we can put a spring in there, and that's got a little bit of tension on it. So yeah, hopefully we can do that. I think there's no reason why they couldn't. You know, if they can, it's amazing what they can machine on a CNC mill nowadays, and then we can get them nickel plated or whatever, and then you can take that off and just spray it black in there. Once it was even nickeled, you know, you could just mask it off and just, you know, just even get a Scotch Brite in there or something like that and just clean it up and then it's painted or whatever, or we'll work something out at the time anyway. They may, I don't know whether they can even possibly, I don't know if they can put something in there when they nickel it and pull it out and so it can be painted or something, I don't know. We'll work that out at the time anyway. Alrighty, so hopefully I'm making some progress here and getting rid of some marks, some work, whatever I've actually done, or doing. Take the file, some of the older sandpaper that I went over these pieces and wrap it around the file, and obviously just keep changing the different spot, and just keep filing these out, and hopefully that's enough pressure that I can get rid of the marks that I needed to, and then I might do the same with the next grade up, which I've only got a little bit of some 100 here instead of 80. Really bird. You're a noisy little bastard. So yeah, I'll keep doing that and see if I can get these better, and I might do it till I get right up to 220. Actually, really should see if I can find something in between the 100 and 220. See if I can get a couple of sheets of, I don't know, 180 or something like that. Just so it's not such a big jump doing this. But even if I DA over top of this now, maybe with some 80 grit, might be just, I know it's still the same grit, but because it's moving faster, it might end up with a finer, slightly finer, better finish. But it looks better, and I think I'm getting rid of the heavier scratches in the places that I didn't want them, if you know what I mean. So hopefully that's coming up better and get a better result. We'll find out. We'll give it a bit of a clean up shortly. We'll at least see whether it's working on this one anyway. A bit more filing to do here with the sandpaper and see if I can get a couple smaller marks in there, but we'll keep going and we'll see what we get on. Shush, it was even last. Righty, so that's 800 wet and dry on that surface. Obviously it's still 80 I think there, but I think that should be good enough, shouldn't it? Should we go with that? Hell yeah, if I can get them looking like that. Sweet. Once you sort of get past that, take this thing off. Once you get past that damage, like there's still a little bit on there, which I might go right back again with 80 and then just bring it back up again. Like there's still a few little pieces where I'm not 100% happy with, but like you can tell it's almost gone off that piece, which is cool. Which is really, really cool. That's the back side. Wish I could get these pieces. Hopefully get these pieces looking like that. Wrong one, but you know what I mean. If I can get that, these here, to at least look like that, if not better. It's to get that fine scratches and the marks and stuff out of it, and hopefully, I don't know, I'll just have to keep going on these, I guess, get them as good as I could, and then hopefully the stuff that I can't get without just massive amounts of work, hopefully the copper will bring it up, and then they might better sand the worst you know, get the worst of it out, you know, with the copper and a buff back and a clean back sort of type thing. But yeah, it looks pretty hot with freaking with 800, and that even wasn't even a half decent piece of 800 or 600. That wasn't like they both weren't fresh. That bit of wet and dry you first see me use is 400, but so was the yellow. Whatever piece it is, that's 400 as well. So I did a bit of 400 in the file dry, and then I went to wet, because I've actually got a whole box of freaking sandpaper over there we watered initially, and what they sent wasn't right. That was when they were meant to be sent to the sticky back stuff when I was using those acrylic blocks. I mean, they sent me all freaking just normal sheets of sandpaper, which we already had in the 3N. But I thought, screw it, they're never going to freaking come and pick it up, so it's been here fucking 12 months. Well, it wouldn't be 12 months, but it's been here a fair fucking while. And they just sent us the other stuff, so yeah, screw it, it's been here that freaking long, I'm just going to use it. Because it's coarse stuff, but wet and dry. I think I have to check the other stuff, but like there's definitely sheets of 400 wet and dry in there, which will come in handy enough too, you know. But that was cool. So I might just go right back to. Do I need to go right back to 80? Or just go back to. Yeah, I might just go back to 80 just to try and see if I can get rid of some of these final marks out of it. There's a few, just a wee bit of deeper stuff. It might just come. Like DA out again across there, but and then we'll go through all the grades back up. But that looks alright. That looks alright to me. If we can get it all close to that, I'll be happy. Alright, I'll carry on. Right, morning troops. Welcome back to the middle of another video, somewhere along the line. So I managed to get quite a bit of this stuff cleaned up yesterday. I've mainly got that one to go, and these bits to make decent. Everything else is looking pretty good. I think they should be good enough to copper and do probably a couple coats, depending on obviously which piece, and then well, they probably have to be done together anyway. But yeah, a couple of times copper coated and then cleaned up and then nickeled. So these, I've actually polished these back to about 2000. They're not dead perfect, but the majority of it is, if you know what I mean. And I think they should turn out fairly good by the time they've had a couple of coats of copper over the top, and then whatever they do to make it pretty ready for the next step, if you know what I mean. And this is the other one. I've actually, this piece here, I actually did to 3000, and then gave it a quick, I've actually given them all a buff, but this one here was only one I took to actually 3000 just to see what it would look like, and it's, as you can see, it's got quite a shine. Yeah, if you didn't have to nickel it, you could, whatever, if you could keep it like that, it would be probably right. But yeah, and this is that one there, it's all polished up. It's not dead perfect on the back, but by the time they copper this bit and whatever, and then clean it up in the back and then nickel it, like it's not a piece that you don't see in the back. really. Like I've tried to make it half reasonable, but yeah, like it's like the inside of this, you know. There's only so much you can do without just wasting so much time trying to make it look pretty when we're probably going to end up putting a bit of it's like a thin layer of foam in there or something anyway, so it doesn't rattle. So yeah, just got to, did I start on this one yesterday? Don't think I did. No. Like we'd obviously done a bit the other day, but yeah, I want to, I'm actually going to hit this with a welder again, just to get rid of a couple of little marks that are still in there at the top. Not sure if you can see that or not, but a couple of little marks there I want to try and get rid of from when I filled that void in, and then yeah, we'll go through it and file it all up and whatever. Hopefully by I'm hoping by lunchtime I'll have these all finished and sorted. Hopefully it won't be that long, but you know what I mean, and then I can move on to something else. The only other thing I got to do is enlarge the hole for the pin in this other one, like this. So that's out to 3/8-10mm. So I want to make the other one the same. I've just kept them, I haven't drilled them out until now because I don't want to get them confused, but I can keep these together. But when we put the pins and rivets and everything and all the stuff shortly, at least this is close, then I can make some pins and put in these and drill that out, put it in, then we can give it a final, a last little card up, clean up, and make sure that they're right. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing this morning until we're ready, and then yeah, we'll work out what I'm going to work on next. I might start attacking that convertible top and get that to the next level and get it ready to paint, because it'll be black, and work out what we're going to do with the wood side of it. Sure what we're going to do there, probably just get it all cleaned up and fill any imperfections and stuff in it, and then with some, I don't know, with some sort of, I'll make up PVA, like wood glue and sawdust mix and push into all the imperfections, and then sand it all up, and maybe it's going to be covered in material, but like, I don't know, like linseed oil or something like that, so it's protected from the moisture and the weather. So that'll have to be done, and hopefully it all still stays together properly. Yeah, and all the rest will have to be welded up, and then that'll have to be riveted too. All the joints are all riveted and that's going to be fun trying to do all that when it's all fucking together. The first few bits won't be too bad, but it'll be when we're actually riveting all the 4 bits together. It's going to be the fun piece. The 4 main bows will be rather exciting, but anyway, I will carry on, and we'll catch you in a while when we've got a bit further. It's not too bad. Still a couple little marks here I'm not particularly happy with, but maybe they might come out with copper. I actually forgot you could lock the DA. I completely forgot about it, or just I thought about it when I got it spinning there. I was like, ah, that's right, you can lock it. I might just actually give these a hit. See if I can hold back. Righty, so I'm all but done this stuff. I've got these cleaned up, but I haven't gone through to polish them up, but I've got them all cleaned up. What I actually discovered, well, I didn't discover it, but I completely forgot about it, that you could lock this. And with the 80 grit sanding disc on there, was actually really good for getting just the rough off these and bringing them back, like getting rid of all the marks. So I actually did this like that, and then went through the different grades, and then I actually left it locked for that 3000 pad, and holy crap is that shiny. I'll tell you what, if you had some old bumpers, you know, that you wanted to clean up, especially if they weren't complicated shapes, and you wanted to polish them, you wanted to clean them up to make them look like chrome without getting them chromed, I'll tell you what, that's what I would do. I would just go buy a fucking shitload of this stuff, like through the grits, and then like some 3000 pads and whatever. Like, it might cost you a few bucks, but it's not going to cost you anywhere near what with chrome. And then just like Knuba wax the crap out of it. Like, that's going to be, I know it's not chrome, but it's not far off chrome. And I can get that better again, because like there is still a few little light scratches in it. But for doing bodywork, that's fine. That's more than fine. I was just bored because this was looked really rough, and I was looking at it and I was like, I might give that a quick clean up. So I did. But anyway, these here, if I'd actually probably gone over with that lock, but it would probably destroy them. But on the flat pieces, what was nice and flat, you probably could. Or a big bumper, or something like that, you could quite easily bring up something that was a bit rough and rusty, that the chrome was falling off. Start DAing with, I don't know, even if you went back to something fairly coarse, to rip all the shit off, and then just keep going through the grades of paper until you get a consistent surface, if you know what I mean. Like kind of like that, if you got it really clean, even like better than that. So all you could see was whatever, say like your 80 grit marks, if that's all you could see, and then you'd jump to like 120 and do the whole bloody thing again, and then just keep going through the grades, and you could probably by the time you got to say 400 or something like that, you'd bloody near go by hand with wet and dry, a bit of soapy water and whatever, and just polish it up. Even on a big bumper or something like that, you could bloody near make it chrome look, and just frickin' wax the crap out of it so the rain doesn't get to it, or even clear coat it afterwards. You'd be surprised. You can make something look like chrome without it being chrome with some work. But if that was a bumper or something on a car, and that's what it looked like, but it was just polished steel, as long as you could stop it from flash rusting, and that's where like wax, metal polishes and waxes and stuff come into it. It just keeps that water from repelling to stick into it. And all you'd have to do is give it a buff every now and again, or a quick polish up. But yeah, so I've just got to finish these now, get these to the point where they look fairly nice, and then yeah, they'll be ready for nickel plate. So I'll carry on. Righty guys, so I've kind of finished that stuff. Not much to show. Like I just finished a couple of pieces up, cleaned them up. The only thing I'm going to do is drill the bigger hole for the bigger pin at the bottom, and yeah, then put the rivets in them when I get a hand. So I decided that I would partially disassemble that hood top, so I can get all this stuff welded up properly, ground down, whatever. This is meant to be riveted. I was just trying to remember. Trying to work out what I'm going to do here, because in the original one, in the photos that we had, that we built this off, these are riveted on these pieces. I just don't know whether I trust the rivets, to be honest. But they would be alright, but I just wonder if it would be better if it was welded on. At least then I know it's not going to break off under stress, if you know what I mean. This is, I think this, I don't know if this is 2mm or 1.6 or something like that. Can't remember. That's 1.6. Exhaust tubing, or was exhaust tubing. Millimeters, easier for me to work out. Yeah, it must be 1.6 or something like that. Something like that, which is, I don't know, just normal exhaust tubing pretty much. Yeah, I just debate whether to just weld this crap on and then just clean it up. Just try and get a decent, nice weld around there if I can. I just think it would be better than it being riveted on. With this, I'll drill holes through there and then riveting it. Like it's going to be riveted here at the joints. Well, this one isn't. This is the main back one. This is where it bolts on. But yeah, like it's being riveted here. So the next one. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it'd be a better, stronger result if it was welded. And we can clean all this crap up and get ready for paint. And obviously seal up all the bars. So bar does come down to, it comes down to about there. I just think there's nothing in there, but once that's riveted on, there's no, if you didn't have like a slide or a bit of tube or something in there, that could collapse or work its way loose or something like that. I don't think it's going to matter if it's welded on. I'll think about it, I think. Just let me think about it and just decide what I'm going to do. Because it'll be a couple of days working this shit too by the time I get it all welded up, cleaned together and cleaned up, and then again I'll probably have to get a hand and rivet all this shit together too. But anyway, this is what I'm doing at the moment anyway. Righty, so what I'm going to attempt to do here is there's a few voids and the odd where it's opened up a little bit and split and whatever. So what I'm going to try and do is we're going to mix a bit of wood glue. Oh, there's actually not much in there, just noticed. If it's still alright. Yeah, I'm going to mix a bit of the wood glue with a bit of sawdust from the wood that we actually made this with. I actually saved some of it for other things as well. Actually, while I think about it, the ends of the wood trim pieces I was going to put this mix in, so I might do that at the same time. Or so I can put the little end pieces in. Hold on a minute. We'll go grab that stuff. Righty, so I've got two of these pieces over here, and I've got the bits of wood that go on the ends in here. So I want to mix up a bit of this sawdust and the wood glue and make it quite a thick paste, put it around this and slide it in. I'll put obviously tape on the other side of it and just basically try and use it to fill the voids and then help glue this in there. And then I will eventually get a punch and try and hit the edge of this and just crimp it into the wood a little bit too. That's kind of my plan with these. So I'll do these two first to make sure, well, to work out a method anyway without trying to do all the rest of them. And I'll use whatever's left to do to get into this stuff and let that cure up. I don't know if I can do that again, but might be some other spots. I know there's a few spots in these. I just want to fill some of the holes or the voids a little bit. Get alright. And then basically use it like a wood putty sort of type stuff. And just help fill some of the voids and glue it back together.
Out to the show, kick it into high gear. Now we let go. And if you're feeling weary, I feel like you gotta scream. Then let's go for a ride in a shiny machine. There's no time to be humble, smiling at the sound of an echoing rumble. Hit the open road, push the pedal to the ground. Heavy metal thunder, smoke and lightning, it's time to pump up the sound. If you're in a worry, we know what you need. Let's go for a ride, yeah, in a shiny machine. Let's go!
Righty, so where am I at? So I've just stripped down another bow. And we're about ready to weld, we'll start welding this one up. And obviously weld around there and obviously clean this one up and whatever and weld that one. So that all this stuff's drying. We'll put all those wood pieces in the end. They're probably not far away, to be honest. And I've got the other bits over here with some etch on them. So I'll do that, and then I'll, at some point when I'll probably get these all cleaned up, I'll do a little bit of body work on them. How much I'm not really sure, but I might just mix up a bit of body filler and try and spread it on these the best I can to just to try and even them up and make them look a bit cleaner, especially where I've jointed them and all that sort of stuff down the whatever side it is that I joint them on. Yeah, this side you can see the seam. So yeah, I'll just do a little bit of body work around all that sort of stuff, and then we'll give that a clean up and sand off and whatever, and black. I think I've got a bit of high build there. Give them a couple of 3 or 4 good coats of high build, and then sand it off and spray them all black. Biggest freaking problem is I need to actually put them together to paint them, because they're going to be bloody riveted. That's going to be an absolute prick of a thing to frickin' paint together. I'm just not quite sure what to do there. Obviously all these other pieces, all the in-between pieces, I can give them a quick clean up and etch them all too. But yeah, I'm just trying to work out exactly what I'm going to do there. I don't know whether just to frickin' go buy a whole heap of new bolts and nylocks and just leave it bolt together, then rivet it. It's a bit of a funny one. Yeah, it'd be nice having them riveted together like they were originally, but it'd be damn sight easy to repair or something like that if something did ever happen to happen. If you could just unbolt one piece, out of it with some nylocks or something like that. I don't know. Just thinking out loud, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we'll get all this stuff at least all welded up properly where it hasn't been welded properly, and do all the bits and pieces, and yeah, then what do I want to say? And get it all etched and do some body work on it, and then we can work out what we're going to do from there. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So I'll carry on, and we'll come back to you when we've got some more done. So we're getting there. A few bits all etched up. So yeah, we really only got, I think I'll just get out. I'll have to go get another eyes in a minute. I reckon, before the end of the day, for sure. So I've only got really the two main bits left and the two other long rods that go all the way to the front. So that's the front one. Oh no, not up these two. These will have to be cleaned up and etched as well, because they'll be painted black. So yeah, that's what I've got left to do. These bits. So yeah, these are really only just weld the ends and clean up, but there's no other brackets that have been welded on these. So it's all part of it, and then just getting everything set up, I guess. And hopefully I can get all these wooden bows back in pieces in the right place. It should be. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. And what I'll do is I'll probably glue them in with that same construction adhesive that I've used when I actually physically put them back together properly once we've done everything else. But it's kind of where I'm at the moment, so I'll get these apart, I guess, and weld and clean these up, and then yeah, that'll probably be the end of the day by the time I've finished doing that and get those other bits off. And I'll probably run out of etch before I get that far, I think. But that'll give me a chance to go see whether I've got any of the other frickin' bits done at the engineers. See if I can get some of those last bits sorted, hopefully. Especially if I can get a clutch bearing, that'll be good, because then we can start potting around with the motor too, in the gearbox. Put that together. I just need to actually think of what else I need to nickel. I think it's pretty much, it was only really the inside and outside door handles, the headlights, the radiator shell, the clamps for the convertible top. I don't think there's much else that needs to be nickeled. Well, the rest of it's painted. So the inside and outside door handles, clamps, headlights and grille. Surround. Oh, and probably bumpers, if we put bumpers on it. A lot of these don't have bumpers. But yeah, that's probably something else I need to look at soon. But I need to work out how they were put on. Because I don't know if they were held on with that, with these bits, or what. Because then that alters, then that takes away from these being on here after the spare wheel carrier. Oh, that's something else I need to do. I need to make that too. The rest of that. But yeah. I need to look at those bumpers and just work out whether we are actually going to put them on, because the front's not that easy to put on either, because it's possibly meant to have a hole through here, but there's no hole in there, if you know what I mean. That's the only other place I can think they would be screwed on. Yeah, I don't know, because I've seen lots of photos with them not on. Some have got them on the back and some have got them on the front, and some have got none at all. And so there is bumpers there, but whether they actually were on it, I might drag them out the next day or two and have a look at them too. I need to find that other third door handle. I thought I had the fourth door handle. I thought I had it, but I think I must have taken one over there. And I need to get up and get that. Got one of those too. It's all good though. We're getting there. Righty, I'll get this stuff apart further. Righty guys, so I've got all the bits apart now. There's all the rest over there, all the bows. I haven't taken the brackets off, but that's easy enough to take off. And they just need a little bit of body work and paint. So I've still got to weld these ones up around the end here and clean them up. I've cleaned these up. Oh, probably need to hit that again. So yeah, I've got to still weld those in the morning and then clean them up and etch them. And I've welded these up, so I've just got to grind them and clean them up and put them over there and etch in the morning. And we've also got the tire ready ends back, so now I can paint them and put them back in the car, and with the drag link and everything else, so I can put that all back on, which is absolutely freaking awesome, because I still haven't got the wheels back, so it's nice to have that stuff back before we need it, so that's cool. So yeah, it's kind of where I'm at the moment, so I think that'll do for today. I'm going to go home and watch Arco's just put a video up on that bike, that Harley that they put all the cams and bits and pieces in. So yeah, I knew this when it happened, but they rode that bike, or test rode that bike, and they were going to take it to the bike show that they were going to go to, bike show swap meet thing. Him and Marko and Pachuco, whatever his Michael, I think his real name is, they were going to ride that bike to there, and I'm not sure how far up the highway they got, but by the sounds of it, I'm not sure, because I haven't watched the video yet to get the full gist of it, but what Arco's told me is that when the kit came for the cam with all the new timing chains and gears and whatever, it must have tensioners in there, and those tensioners fucking fell to pieces, so it just destroyed the motor. So yeah, I'm going to go home, watch that video, or have a coffee, and put my feet up for the night. So yeah, so we'll come back here tomorrow. So if you haven't watched that video before you've seen this, go over and watch it. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what comes from that, because I know they got all the stuff through somewhere, Amazon I think, and it's meant to be all good name stuff, so it'd be interesting to see what happens and see whether the guys that are building these parts come to the party for a failure. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on. So I haven't watched the video yet, I'm keen to watch it. I just seen it pop up on my thing, so he just posted it a few minutes ago, so I'm going to go watch that, so that'll be cool. But yeah, so we'll get that cleaned up tomorrow. I need to grab a can of etch in the morning, and I'll check the bearings, check to see if that other bearings here. I think that's what the deal is, and the headlight brackets, hopefully they got them sorted. So yeah, we're well on the way of getting most of the bits back here. We've got the door handles being made. The guy that made that is going to have a go at making these door handles, which is absolutely fucking awesome. So yeah, we dropped them off today. So yeah, we need to pick up the fuel tank. If once he's got that sorted, bring it back, I'll put that together, and yeah, we'll carry on with all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're getting there. Hopefully shortly we'll actually start piecing it together, and then it'll just be a matter of finding the bits that some of the little bits and pieces that we need to sort or paint or make, some of the stuff that I haven't worked out that's missing yet. But it'll be minor, the little stuff that we can make or find, or it could be here, but you know, I just haven't worked out, you know, what's meant to be there or what's missing. So yeah, a wee bit of stuff to go yet, but it'd be nice to actually get it going together, and then I could probably get this frickin' Dodge in here and get that started while we're winding this thing up. So it'd be good. But yeah, I just demasked these too, so I've cleaned the ends of these up. I've just knocked the worst of the shit off them, so I've got to, we've been told to, I don't know, to probably to clear clear coat that, so I might do that. So while I'm got that little bit of clear coat here, I might just puff a little bit across those ends of those things. I might tape the ends, to rest them up, and just puff a little bit across the ends while I'm doing that. So yeah, but anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. So anyway, if this is the end of the video, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And could be the end of this one. And we'll see you in the next one. If not, we'll see you tomorrow.